Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Nisi, and I'm back again with another Sistas video. As I stated, I will be dropping videos tonight. So if you do not see the video that I have before this one, make sure to check that one out. And also you will be expecting another video right after this one. So if you are new here, please continue to, thumbs up this video if you enjoy it. If you are new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button. And so let's go ahead and get right into the video, which is going to be, my season 3 overview, and also some predictions or some what I would like to see in season 4. Even though season 4 has already been filmed, there's still always hope. So I want to just start off with this question to you all. Just ask you all, do you all think season 3 was a bust? Do you all, like, on the scale of 1 to 10, how good do you all think season 3 was? In my opinion, and this is my opinion, just like everything I tweet is my opinion, just like everything that I put on this YouTube channel is my opinion, everything that comes out of my mouth is my opinion. So in my opinion, season 3 was kind of like It was kind of like I'm not gonna lie, y'all, and this is like no shade to like any of the actors on the show. I know that they are doing their jobs, but honestly speaking, the main reason why I watched season 3 and will be watching season 4 is to see how Zach and Fatima's storyline plays out. Those are the only two characters that have had character progression since season 1. And those are the only two characters that continues to grab, in my opinion, the viewer's attention. And like I said, there's no shade to the other actors and actresses on this. I'm all for these people on here, living out their dreams and just doing things the thing that they love to do, and just get into that bag. But there's just no character progression, and since there's no character progression with other characters, it kind of makes it just you're just looking at it to look at it. I'm still going to watch every week and all of that, but I would love to see characters progression. Tyler Perry always says that he sees the tweets and he sees the videos, but I just hope he take into account what everybody who are the viewers are saying. On the Tyler Perry show, he made the comment about he know that his audience is black women, and he knows what black women want. But so you got black women telling you every Wednesday what they want, and we don't necessarily see what we want to see on here. You're still kind of doing what you want to do. I'm just saying. But to me, season 3 was just a standstill season. There was no one on the season besides Zach and Fatima who progressed. Everyone else is just in the same exact place that they were in season 1. And here we are heading to season 4, and they all are still in the same exact position. So let's start off with Karen. Karen is, instead of her moving forward, she went backwards. In season 1 and season 2, you can kind of see her character progressing a little bit because, she was moving on with Aaron, and, she wasn't worrying about Zach. Even, with Aaron, she kind of changed the way she was dressing, her not really cursing and all of that. But it's like, bam, she all of a sudden wanted Zach back, and she kind of went backwards and was just kind of acting like this crazy ex-girlfriend, like, that was just doing too much. And it kind of put a bad taste in a lot of the viewers' mouths. Karen went from being one of those characters that people like to one of those characters that people are just like, okay, we're over it because it's draining. We don't want to see this girl act crazy over a man who don't want her. And she has said constantly that she did not want him. Now all of a sudden she wants him. Now all of a sudden she's trying to come at his new girlfriend. It's just very like, okay, we're over it. So Karen definitely went backwards. Her character is in a whole different direction than what it was. I'm just not understanding the point of that or where her character is necessarily going. And in season 4, from the trailer that we saw, which all kind of looked like one day. So of course, this has 22, probably like 22 episodes. We don't know how her character is going to progress in season 4, but at least we know at the beginning she may still be the same Karen that she has been in the past couple seasons. Andy, of course, is still entertaining Gary. Her and Gary has broken up about 50 million times, and they still get back together. Gary has said he was moving out about 50 million times, and he finally moved out when episode 21. So it's just like this Gary and Andy situation is completely draining. It's completely old. Honestly, nobody wants to see it anymore. It's just wants something new. And we thought we was going to potentially get that with Robin, but with Gary still being in the picture, it's kind of hard to move away from him when he's still around, still trying to get Andy back, telling Andy that he wants another chance. But I don't know if y'all remember season 1, he asked for another chance. Season 2, he asked for another chance. And season 3, he asked for another chance. And here we are moving to season 4, and he's still going to be asking for another chance. So if Andy, is Andy going to entertain him? We don't know. I will hope that Andy's storyline is progressing a little bit. I was hoping that she may progress a little bit with Robin to get her something new. But seeing Gary there and knowing that the history she has with Gary and her always taking him back, I really hope we do not see the same thing we have seen since season 1. And that's them going back and forth. Sabrina still being Sabrina. Still with Calvin and her saying she doesn't want Calvin. And Calvin continuously, since season 1, he has been continuously trying to explain to Sabrina that he's not gay and that he's just, likes certain things and he's different. We've been hearing the same thing. Calvin has been having the same line since season 1. And it's just like, if they don't want to be together, then don't be together. If Sabrina does not want this man, then why is she still going after this man? It's just there's no progression there. They're literally in the same spot that they have been in season 1. There has not been any type of progression whatsoever. So anytime we see them on the screen, it's kind of like we know nothing new is going to happen. We thought something new was going to potentially happen with Jacoby being, on there. But Jacoby kind of, he's not there no more. I think because, he possibly because he booked the all the Queen's men. So maybe that's why he got off the show. But we was hoping to see some form of correlation between that to kind of help Sabrina's storyline a little bit. I personally think that her and Calvin need to end it. They need to dead it. Let it go. And then also Danny is still not letting Preston in. We thought we was going to see some form of progression with Danny. But here she is going back to how she was in season 1. Not necessarily being completely honest with Preston. Not necessarily letting Preston love her. Complaining about him being there. Complaining about them not having anything in common. And there's no progression there. They're just there. And I'm not saying all of this to be mean. Because, at the end of the day, these people get into their money. These people just doing their job, and I understand that. But as a viewer and just watching this every single week and seeing these characters in the same predicament and situations that they have been in season 1, even though it's been 4 seasons, we know in Tyler Perry's time that's about a good 3 weeks. But at one point, I'm gonna need for him to jump ahead and do like a 1 year later or 2 year later kind of thing, because seeing these characters in the same position doing the same thing for 3 seasons is definitely very draining. When I say these characters have had the same lines since season 1, they have had the same lines. It's like, is the script the same? Is it the same? Because I do not see anything that they're saying that is anything different. The only characters whose scripts have changed has been Zach, Fatima, and Karen's. Because Karen did a complete 180 of a character of a person that we did not see in the previous seasons. Everybody else in the same exact predicament that they were in. So what I have here is that when I say about this character progression, it's been 3 seasons. We're heading to season 4. It does not take 3 seasons to see a character progress. We have seen soap operas and other drama-filled shows that you see character progression throughout the same season. And then on season 2, there's a whole different storyline going on. Even on regular soap operas, because I grew up watching soap operas. I grew up watching Young and the Restless, not really Days of Our Lives, but Young and the Restless, General Hospital, One Life to Live, All My Children. I grew up watching all of that. And they had storylines that progressed. Yes, they may have been on the same day for about 5-6 episodes, but you can see the storylines progressing. You do not necessarily see that on Sistas. You have about 3 or 4 or 5 episodes that are literally all of the same thing. There's no plot there. there's no progression there. There's not dialogue there enough to make it seem like there's something that may actually happen. And so with them taking so long to progress these characters going into the 4th season, it's like it doesn't take that long. All of the main characters have not progressed. And it does not take 3 seasons to do that. Hence Zach. We see Zach's character has progressed. So I'm not understanding why the rest of the characters have not progressed. That's just what I don't understand. So in my opinion with season 3, if it wasn't for Zach and Fatima, I do not think that season 3 would have gotten the buzz that it have gotten. If you look on Twitter and everything, the main thing people are talking about is Zach and Fatima. I don't want to, and like I said, it's not even no shade or nothing, but if it wasn't for Zach and Fatima, I believe Zach and Fatima, they helped the show this season because their characters were refreshing to see, because it was something new and it was a little bit interesting because it was something that we haven't seen already or that we haven't been looking at for the past 3 seasons. So they definitely, in my opinion, helped this season down. They kind of kept the viewers there to, just keep their attention going, and it's just hoping, that other characters will eventually follow suit and also progress as well. But as of now, that has not happened. I'm not sure when it's going to happen. I hope it does happen in season 4. I don't know. So moving on to season 4, a little bit thoughts about season 4, predictions, or what I would like to see in season 4. I wrote down a couple things here. So the first thing that I know that's going to be on there that I would really not rather see is the whole Maurice and Q situation. I do not care about that situation. I do not see the point of Q being there for Maurice. I would rather see Maurice's situation with his mom. I would rather see that dynamic and see how that storyline actually goes. But this storyline with him trying to save Q because Q reminds him of his dad, I really don't care. I don't want to see Maurice go that way behind a man. Like I said, I would rather see him progress his own storyline with his mother or with some other man. But with Q, I feel like it's completely pointless. Like, we know that Q gonna be calling him from jail, but I would rather not see it. But y'all just get ready because we are going to see it. Another thing, we know Karen may still be bothering Zach because, she's going to pull up on him at his house. How she find out where he going to live at, I don't know, child. Same way, I don't know how Andy going to find out. But we see that, she's going to pull up on Zach because a detective, who I personally think may be a friend of Hayden's or something like that he called before he got beat up by Fatima and her boys. I think he already sent somebody over there to talk to Karen, and she probably report back to him. So we already know, Karen is going to be bothering Zach, but for how long? Is she going to find out she's not really pregnant? Is she going to miscarry? Is she going to, potentially think that the father could be someone else? Because let's not forget, Zach only knows about Karen being with Aaron, but he does not know about the guy Rico. Even though, they always use protection or whatever, things happen. Or Karen could also have somebody else that has never been mentioned, but will be mentioned in season 4 as someone that she also used to mess around with. So when she goes to confront Zach, will Zach tell her to leave him alone and tell her that she cannot be coming up to his place like this? Because we all know that Fatima's also going to be moving in with them. So in season 4, how long is it going to take for Karen to want to tell Fatima that she's pregnant? Because y'all know that's the reason why she asked Andy to invite her to the strip club, but not knowing that Zach already told Fatima. So Karen, we all know that Karen is keeping this baby because she wants to have one up on Fatima, because she thinks Fatima is going to leave Zach, because based on how I believe her and Zach relationship was. But as I stated in my previous video, Fatima is a different kind of woman. Fatima said okay, and her and Zach are moving forward. They're moving on. So Karen may be a little bit more embarrassed than she was in season 4, but could potentially cause even more stress for her when she found out not only is Fatima staying with Zach, but she's also moving in with him, which means that she may be around this baby. It may cause issues for Karen to where she could miscarry this baby if she is pregnant. But I do not see Karen getting a break anytime soon. I feel like season 4, she's going to get her life handed to her. And as I'm going to talk about in my next video, we will not know how her relationship with Andy is going to go. and also how her relationship with Aaron is going to go when she reveals she's pregnant, or even her relationship with the other girls, if they make kind of gravitate towards Zach, this new Zach and Fatima, and not necessarily being there for her. Because you never know, they could also be questioning her pregnancy and if she's really pregnant, if she ever tell them, and who the father may be. So that's something that we do not know. But I can definitely see, Karen bothering Zach. I hope Zach tell her to back off until you know what's going on and you let me know what's going on. But all that popping up at his house, I really hope he does that before it gets too crazy. And the last people that I want to talk about is Danny and Preston. So in season 4, we know was at the finale of season 3, we see that Danny and El Fuego, they was together. We do not know if they slept together, but when he was getting ready to leave, Preston did come knock on the door. Danny was mad because Preston wasn't talking to her, didn't call her all day. But I'm like, girl, this man working. That's the stuff I be talking about Tyler. Like, it be too dramatic for me. Like, he's at work. But whatever. We do not know how they're going to go. Do I want to see Danny and Preston make it? I'm kind of 50-50. I do not want to see them make it because I feel like Danny does not deserve Preston. I feel like Danny needs to work on herself and learn how to love herself before she can allow a man to love her. The way she treats Preston sometimes is kind of irritating me because Preston really does, you can tell, has a good heart. They say, I know in the after show, that it's the things that people overlook, like, him breaking into her house and inviting her cousin and all that, and how that's things they overlook, but she couldn't necessarily, Danny can't necessarily blame that on Preston. I feel like that falls back on her. If you don't like that he's inviting people to your house, then you dead there in the situation now. You just don't let it continue. Like, that's the main reason. Another point I had, like, with the show, the communication is horrible. I'm glad to see that Zach and Fatima are learning to communicate on this show, but the other characters are not communicating. If Danny do not like how Preston just shows up in her house or invite people to his house, she needs to dead that in that moment, because the longer you do not say anything, he's going to think it's okay. So dead the situation then and there. So hopefully this season, maybe they will be able to talk a little bit more, but I do not think that Preston is necessarily going to give Danny another chance versus the other way around. I feel like Preston is the one who's going to kind of want to back off and tell Danny, well, when you decide what you want, then you call me, like he has told her before. So I do love them together because, their relationship was a little bit more, pure versus when you look at all the other main characters like Sabrina, Karen, and Andy. Her, Danny and Preston's relationship was a little bit better. It was a little bit more pure. It was a little bit more genuine in my opinion, but it just kind of gets old because Danny keeps pushing this man away. And like I said, I do not think that Danny deserves Preston. That's just my opinion. We already talked about Sabrina and Calvin. I can see Calvin still gonna be explaining himself and saying, how he's not gay. I would just hope, that Sabrina just leave this man alone. I'm interested to see if Jacoby is gonna come back in season 4 and then find out who he really is, and if they're gonna correlate all the Queen's men with the show as well, like they're doing with Danny and El Fuego. So I just want to see how that's going to turn out. I do not see Sabrina talking to Calvin and being exclusive with him. I see that they're still going to be in the same predicament that they have been in season 1. I wanted to touch on something that I thought was a little bit interesting. I listened to another commentator's video on here, and he made a very interesting point about how, because on the after show, Tyler, he was making it seem like, he was like, oh, well, yeah, he's getting fired. Well, he's getting fired when the female character was talking about the progression of their woman characters. And like this commentator said, he said that when you see shows like this, you do not necessarily see the women have the same love interest for so many seasons. And that is so true. When you look at like shows like Girlfriends, as he stated, the Parkers, Moesha, they all had different love interests for like every single season. But for this particular show, these women have the same love interests, but these love interests aren't going anywhere. It's not doing anything but being annoying. That's really all that it's doing. It's being very annoying. No progression. They're just there. And so how sometimes you hear people saying on the show, like, we don't know, we don't trust Robin, we don't trust Aaron, we feel like they all got some skeletons in their closet. And then Tyler did say that. He was like, on the after show, he was like, well, if the show was called Brothers, then you would know a little bit about them, but the show is called Sistas. Okay, Tyler, well, you just proved everybody's point. If the show was called Sistas and not Brothers, why are these same brothers still on the show when we don't know nothing about them? Because their interaction with these female characters is just not working. So I'm not trying to say nobody needs to lose their job. I'm not trying to, take a bag from nobody. But he kind of proved everybody's point when he said that. If that's the case and you're not going to go into detail about these men, then why do these women still have the same men? Why not bring in more men on the show to kind of keep the storylines interesting? So that was kind of like, a contradiction in what he said when he made that comment. So if their backgrounds are important, then there's no reason to continue to keep them around, because there's no point of them being there if we're not going to focus on them and we're just going to focus on the women. So we can see the women progress with different men on the show if you're not going to go into detail about the men on the show. The only character he's really going into detail with is Zach's character. And I also seen someone make a comment about how those actors portray their characters that may give Tyler to give them the bigger role, such as Fatima playing her role and her getting a bigger role, Zach playing his role and getting a bigger role. And also we get to see a little bit of Maurice now. So it's like, well, if that's the case, then if those people aren't doing what they need to do, it's time to bring some new people in. I personally think that it's time to bring some new characters in. I don't want nobody to lose their job, but there's just some of these storylines, just it's no point in them anymore. I'm ready to see some new male characters come in, to see how these women will react with these characters. I want to see some new female characters to kind of shake things up with the sister circle, because as everybody states, Danny, they do not deserve her as a friend. Andy and Karen, friendship may not last too much longer. So I'm ready to see some characters kind of shake up their sister circle and kind of bring drama within them, versus the drama being about these men. Cause have y'all ever noticed that anytime the sisters fall out, it's over a man? Because this friend don't like how this friend is taking this man back, but you never see anything else. It's like their falling out is always over a man. Just like may think that Karen and Andy's falling out, like their final falling out, it probably will have to revolve around Zach. I'm going to get into that in my next video when you all see that one. So that is just like my season overview for season 3 and my predictions for season 4, my thoughts on season 4. These are just some things I predict that may happen, some things that I would like to see, some things I would not like to see in season 4. And so I just want to kind of just touch on those just a little bit. And hopefully, if we do not see any character progression by season 5, the way Tyler said, he reads these tweets and everything, if the show is renewed for a season 5, then I hope that we may finally get to see something different. But now I do hope that, season 4, the trailer that they released for season 4 was really good. I give them that. That trailer was good, but I hope we are not disappointed by the actual season because we are too hyped by the trailer. I do hope that the season does not disappoint us. I hope that this isn't another season of Fatima and Zach carrying the season. And even now Hayden, because now Hayden is in the scene, so people are looking to see how that is playing out. So it's crazy to me how people are more, focused on characters who are not necessarily the main characters. Like with the main characters, they don't really, care to see what they have going on. But it's kind of expected since they're not doing anything new. So those are just my thoughts that I have. I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you are new here, like I said, make sure to hit that subscribe button. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. And please let me know your comments down below about how you all thought about season 3 and what it is that you all are looking for in season 4 and what it is you all do not want to see in season 4. So I will see you all in my next video.